Boom! Welcome back, guys. Another episode of Talkmen Tuesday. Angel Corrado. Sorry, Easel. Oh, we're having some technical difficulties, but I think we got it fixed.
I feel like that's the way we start off almost all of these podcasts from here on. Like the last, I don't know, probably like 3 weeks or 4 weeks probably. It's been like technical difficulty one way or another.
Yeah, we just can't figure out the recording process.
I can't figure out Chrome. I feel like that's
somehow restarting the computer works, but hey.
And it's like I'm not on this computer, and so it's like I'm on the computer all the time. But it's whenever it's Tuesday around like 7:30, then it's like, you know what? We should play a little trick on Sawyer. Let's stop working for a little bit. Whatever.
And with that being said, roll the
intro.
It's Tuesday, Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah. Tuesday, Talkmen Tuesday. Everybody's looking forward to the podcast, yeah.
Bada boom. You are on mute.
Thank you.
Tech issues.
And I good thing you got to cut on that real quick.
Yep. I should have just let you go, and then be like, I had no idea what you said.
I was like,
Next week we're going to do the entire podcast. One of us is going to be muted. That's going to be it.
I forgot I hit the mute button and started talking, and then Sawyer couldn't hear me. So he's like, "You're on mute." All right. Update on your community day for Bulbasaur. How'd it go?
Oh, yes. I caught a shiny Bulbasaur and leveled him up into a Venusaur, whatever the highest one is.
Yeah.
And then I maxed out all the candies.
Oh.
So I used a total of 500 Bulbasaur candies during Community Day.
500 candies. You maxed them out?
Oh, yeah. He's maxed out for my current level.
Oh.
But he's not my strongest Pokemon, which is like the funniest thing about it. Because I knew I wanted to do it with the shiny one that I caught. Instead of just like a random Bulbasaur. And
Right.
like he's a 0-star Bulbasaur. So he's not the greatest thing in the world. He just has cool colors to him. And I'm like, yeah, whatever.
That works out. I guess a good tip for that, if you make apparently it's against the Niantic rules to make an alternate account, but people do it anyways. So one way is, or you can do it with a friend. Have like a friend catch a lot of Bulbasaurs and just like mirror trade each other. So keep trading Bulbasaurs to each other. And hopefully, out of so many trades that you do, you'll get one lucky one. And then powering that lucky one, it usually costs half the Stardust.
So. Did you hear why they had to take trading off for a limited time?
I did, but I want to hear why.
Apparently, a user somehow got his game a little bit glitched or something, and he got 100 continuous lucky Pokemon trades, and so he just kept on going.
100. You know, Stardust he's
gonna
gonna say.
Longest streak. People are like 2, 3, and they're like, "Well, this guy got 100." And then it must have flagged it or something on the system, and then they took trading off.
We have a lucky friendship. So, what Pokemon, if we ever meet up, would you want to trade for? As
Caterpie.
What? For those that don't follow Pokemon, Caterpie sucks.
Oh, that's a hot take right there.
It's a hot take.
I don't know, because I feel like the lucky stuff is like you want like a strong Pokemon to do it. So I don't know, maybe like I've been into the it's like a Sheldon or Sheldon or something. I don't know. It's like a shield looking Pokemon, and that you need 300 candies in order to evolve it. So maybe something like that, where it's like a trek in order to get it. Like a Phoebus was like 300 candies to evolve. And so you just have it as your buddy for like 5 months straight.
The strongest dragon type Pokemon is now currently available on Pokemon Go.
What is it?
The evolution of Bacon.
Oh, the Saladon.
Yes.
Salador.
Yep, Salaman.
Salamence. Hey, I've got one. 2471. I got it in 2018.
Shadow version?
No.
Shadow version is the strongest type for a raid. Because it helps out with the attack power ones. So I'm trying to catch some. But then I'm also realizing how much candy it's going to take and how much Stardust. So I'm just going to catch them just so I can have them. And then hopefully work my way up to getting the candy and Stardust.
So people don't purify their Pokemon?
No.
Yeah, because like the unpurified versions are stronger, but they're lower CP levels.
Mm-hmm. I think there's actually one rank after like 41 tasks they have to purify. I'm not sure if it's 100 Pokemon, so that's when they purify it. But other than that, people don't find a reason to, unless there's very few ones that some Pokemon are better purified in the PvP leagues than the Shadow version, which it's rare, but it happens.
I always just purify them because they look mad when they're not purified, so I want them to look happy. That's my reasoning behind it. Nothing really on top of that. I just feel bad for them. I feel like they're cursed.
They got experimented on and
didn't go so hot. And then they lost a battle, so then they got left.
Yep. They ran away. So I'm trying to get the...
Like I've got Mew and Mew... I guess, no, Mewtwo is a shadowed Mewtwo just because I don't have enough candies to purify him.
You have a Shadow Mewtwo?
Yeah, I think.
Don't purify the Shadow Mewtwo.
Why not? He looks so mad.
That's the strongest psychic type. That's probably the strongest Pokemon. Well, I guess... Oh my goodness. He Shadow Mewtwo.
I've only got 3 Mewtwo candies.
Oh.
I was gonna wait till I had 20 and then I was gonna purify them.
No!
Oh, I guess, yeah, it does say Psycho Cup, the shadow bonus.
Ooh! What you could do if you're not going to purify it is change the frustration. Give them a charge TM, since this week you could take out their frustration attack on the Pokemon.
I can do that right now?
Yeah, you could do this week. It opened up today. Special rocket
give
events.
him a charged
TM.
I've got 9 of them because I don't use them. Don't really know what they're for. This is the first time I'm ever going to use one. Okay, click him. Do you want to teach Mewtwo a new charged attack? Mewtwo will forget frustration.
Boom, yes. Because frustration is useless, and that's the catch between catching Shadow Pokemon. You gotta wait until a special rocket event to remove that move. And that's when it'll be useful.
Flamethrower.
Boom. So you got the strongest psychic type Pokemon.
Then those flamethrower.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take it. Learn something new every day.
I'm telling you, I'm deep into Pokemon Go YouTube.
I know, it definitely sounds like. Which, hey, more power to you because you tell me all this stuff.
That's basically it. Yeah, Mewtwo don't. Yeah, you got the strongest psychic. Except it takes forever to level them up, get them 100%. But if you keep playing,
yeah, because he's only 914 right now.
Yeah.
So that's why people have their shadow Pokemons, because I've got a shadow Lugia too.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why people have them as their pets, just so they can get the candies for them.
Correct.
And then, gotcha.
And then you also have to wait for a rocket event to remove that frustration move. Because if you have that frustration move on it, you can't use a charge attack on PvPs or raids. So they'll just use their fast move all the time, which is basically kind of useless because the charge attack is the big one.
You know, I might as well go to my Lugia.
Yep. Because you have
2 shadow Lugias.
Lugia's also good for PvP.
Oh, I'm learning something new.
I'm into like these 3 YouTube Pokemon vloggers. I feel like I'm helping a local business by watching them. Currently 2 for 2. Thank you,
Yeah.
for
Congratulations.
giving me the tip of re-listening to the 5 a.m. Club. It helps.
I don't think I gave you that tip. I think you said that you decided to do that on your own. But if you wanted to give me credit for that, I'll take it.
You said that, and I'm like, that's a good idea. I'll do that. I'm like, I can do that Sunday. Yeah.
You know, not just a hat rack up here. Got something inside the old cabeza.
It's such a good story of like the 5 a.m. Club. Basically gives you like all the reasons why you should wake up at 5 a.m., but it puts it into such a story that makes you want to listen. And there's very few times where it's actually like, okay, these are the lessons why, like a PowerPoint version of it, and then the rest of it's just like a story. Like, wow. It's a 12-hour listen audiobook.
Yeah. Well,
Good
and that's a solid day. I mean, if you wake up and you listen to that, if you're going to get your coffee and then you listen to that just throughout the day, I mean,
basically
7 to
have it in
7.
the background.
Or 5 to 5, I should say, if you wake up at 5. Hey.
We'll see how it goes. And I'm eating my oatmeal.
I saw your TikTok that you were eating it.
I'm not eating the ramen noodles anymore.
That's probably a good little pivot. Not that I'm bashing the ramen noodles. I'm just saying the oatmeal's probably a better choice.
It's like super oatmeal. So I just went from like eating oatmeal, which is probably, I guess the really bad thing about ramen noodles is all the sodium, right? All the salt.
I believe so. Mm-hmm.
And so this super oatmeal has like 30 grams of protein and like a bunch of other super good things for you. I'm not sure whether or not the body can process it, but it sounds really good. And it makes me really feel good about my morning.
Hey, and that's half of it. I feel like the way to feel like you're doing good is by starting off strong, because it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the day. Kind of like the little things, like if you make your bed, that it's like it kind of puts your mind in a good mindset. So
own your morning, own your day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like, oh, we'll see. Hopefully this habit sticks. 5 a.m. oatmeal, and then we'll see what else I can do.
Yeah, it's just a starting off point.
Yeah. It's like the book of habits, 1% each day. And by the end of the year, you'll have improved 365%.
Mm-hmm. I like that mentality thing to it. It's such an easier way to look at it. Like, you don't need to just jump ship completely. It's those little steps, and those little steps cause bigger reactions after you keep doing them and doing them and doing them. Because 1% a day for 50 days sounds a lot better than 50% right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. I really like the story too that a really fit person, how he started getting fit was literally going to the gym for like 5 minutes and then going out, because he wanted to instill that routine of like going to the gym, and that's how he started. It's like, I just want to get into the habit of like going to the gym, and he would like literally just visit for 5 minutes and get out.
Mm-hmm.
But then like little by little, he actually like one day he said like stay longer, and then he kept at it, and now he's a really good person.
Yeah. No, I like that. Yeah, he's like, well, while I'm here, I might as well go on the treadmill for a little bit, and then it just slowly just built up on itself. Because I feel like, for me, I can speak from personal experience, the most difficult part for me is just like getting to the gym. Like, it's like, okay, I don't really want to go. I don't really want to leave the house, or whatever you say. And so it's like, by just getting there, it's like that's taken off a big thing. And then it's just, okay, well, I guess I'm here already. I might as well do something instead of just that. And it's just the little switches. So I like that story too.
Oh, man. Like, that little brain fight you have. The warm so bad, or like the house is so warm. Like, why do you need to go do this? Just stay and relax. Like, fight that. That was another one of the 5 a.m. clubs. Like, wake up, like get up before your weaker self tells you to get back in bed. Stay in the warm blankets. Stay in the shelter of the bed. Like, yeah, because I always have that like talk with myself.
Yeah,
I need to go. No. 2 hours of sleep. That sounds really nice, doesn't it?
Well, it's just crazy how you like can make it a habit so quick. Well, not so quick, but how as soon as you make it a habit, it just changes your mentality about it. Because I remember when, COVID first kicked off and then started working from home on my end, I started like I didn't have to log on to my computer until 9 o'clock, and so I got into the habit of 8:30, 8:45, just rolling out of my bed and then just logging onto my computer to work. And then I was like, you know what, this isn't good. And so I started like, okay, I'm gonna do 6:30, or I think I started at 7. And then I was like, okay, a couple days a week I'm gonna do 7. And now if I'm not up by 6:30, it just feels weird. And so I know that's been 2 years, but it's something that again, a habit can just change a whole mindset and make it a lot more manageable in the long run, I should say.
Like what? So you wake up at 6:30 now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh.
wake up at 6:30.
Yeah, I was noticing your Snapchats were getting earlier and earlier. I'm like, what? Who is
Well,
this
like,
sort?
Some of my things, it's like I always wake up at 6:30, but then it's like sometimes I don't send a Snapchat until later, and sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I got to get my streaks out, kind of thing. And so it kind of just depends on how I'm feeling that day. But yeah, 6:30 every morning. And it's funny because I got my little routine. I wake up at 6:30, I go get ready for the day, then I go downstairs, watch the news for a little bit, and then my cats start meowing like crazy around like 6:50, 6:55 because I get fed at 7, and then it's on with the day. So
I've reached the max, all the points on the Starbucks card that I don't think you get a gold card anymore, but it lets you choose what you want. Like a drink, or I think the biggest one is like an item from Starbucks, like a physical item, not just a drink.
like a hat.
Yep, a hat, cup, and I'm like, what do I want to get? And I think I'm gonna try to make my coffee at home, or chai tea. Except there's so many versions of them. I'm trying to figure out which one's better. And like the little hacks or whatnot. Like, what makes a difference? They're all similar, yet so different. Same thing
I
with
think it's so
oatmeal.
funny that this started with you asking somebody what their favorite drink was and to get that to you. And then this is how you got in your chai tea kind of kick.
Yeah. I don't know. I've also realized I was sensitive to caffeine. It's like when people say like coffee makes them anxious. I'm like, I can see that. I'm like, I'm on edge. I'm like, wow. It's like I'm rested. It's like those times like you're sleep deprived, but like you're alert.
Yeah. See, I was the complete opposite of that today. It was like 3 o'clock. So I get a coffee in the morning. Candace always makes us coffee in the morning, but that's the only really caffeine that I have.
What kind of coffee?
She just, we have like, just like easy make coffee, black coffee, yeah.
Okay.
But like 3 o'clock came, and then all of a sudden I just hit a wall. And I'm just like, you know what? I could go like, I'm not going to drink a Monster, but like if I could have a Monster right now, like, I know that would wake me up because like I was still like aware, but like I was just felt exhausted. It sucked. I do not wish that upon anybody. Those are the worst. I want to keep doing things, but like I'm just like. Ugh.
Did Sawyer drink the Monster?
No, I don't have Monster.
Ah!
Well, it stinks because the only really caffeine that we have is coffee, and I'm not going to have a coffee at 3 o'clock.
What's like your wall of like, what's the latest you can have a cup of coffee without it like hindering you of going to sleep that night?
So I would say probably maybe 1:30-ish is kind of that marker. A couple of years ago, when I was working in the city, Dunkin' Donuts had like a happy hour for their coffee, which I think was like between 3 and 4 or something. It was like any size was just $1. There was like a really, really good deal. And so like I got in a habit of like going there, like my whole team did, but like I would get coffees at like 3:30, 4, and it's just like, I don't need this right now, but we worked until 6, and so it kind of helped that little last push, but I don't think I could do that anymore. I don't think I would want to do that anymore, I should say. I probably could do it, but
Yeah. I feel like mine would be like around 2, 3-ish. I feel like past 4, it's gonna affect me. I'm like, I'm gonna need to work out or something to get tired. Be like, my heart needs to stop speeding so fast.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I did it now, it's not like I do anything like crazy energy exertion wise, like after, and so it's not like after 5 o'clock I'm gonna be using that energy. So I'll just be sitting on the couch, probably just like heart beating like crazy, just wide eyed, staring at the ceiling.
Where's your phone?
Yeah, exactly. Need to go for a run, but it's 2 degrees out right now, literally. So no.
Okay. I saw this question. Sir, what would you name your boat if you had one? Here's the funny lines. Some I guess recommendations or whatnot. The little line afterwards. The Unsinkable 3, the Cowboy Bebop, the Please Don't Sink. Your choice. Also, what would it look like? Do you want a motor yacht, a sailboat, or perhaps a dinghy? What's a dinghy?
I think it's just a type of boat. I think it's just a really small one. I know that there are like, I think dinghies are also things in the water too. I think there are water dinghies, but I think a dinghy is also like a very small boat.
Yep. Just think of like Pirates of the Caribbean, Captain Jack Sparrow, first scene rowing that boat, that tiny boat that sinks, without the flag.
Yeah. What would I name my boat? Probably like the Boilermaker or something like that. Like, it want to be something cool, like Destiny 4 or something. Like, it want to be something like that. It would probably be Boilermaker.
Boilermaker. Why?
Why? I don't know, just like Purdue for some reason.
Okay. Purdue for winter college. Boilermaker is Purdue's mascot.
What would your boat name be? You know it. This was coming back your way. You're not getting out of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's so. I don't know why I feel guilty about this name. I would name a boat Angel.
Wow, you can't name a boat yourself.
Why? Why can't you name a boat yourself?
There's a rule. There's a rule. I don't know it because I don't own a boat. But when you create the boat, they say you're not going to name yourself, right? And then as long as you say correct, like, you're good to buy the boat.
Angelito.
There you go. Does that mean Little Angel?
Yeah. Or Los Angeles.
The Angels.
The Angels. The City of Angels. What kind of boat would it be? What kind of boat would you want?
Oh, I mean, if I'm getting a boat, can I afford it or not? Because if I can't afford it, give me that big yacht. But if I'm going off of my current financial status, probably the dinghy.
We'll say we have a fairy godmother that lets our wishes are her command. Our command is what?
Then I'm gonna get Our Wish Is Her Command. But I'm gonna get a 3-tiered yacht with a private chef on it. It's gonna have a helicopter pad on the top and 2 jacuzzis, one massive one in the front and a smaller one in the back.
Oh man, that sounds really nice.
And then it's billiards table.
The older I get, the more like the lake, the beach, the boat. It sounds like a nice, relaxing place. I used to not get it when I was younger. Like, what are you gonna do there? It was like nothing. I'm like, that's the point. As you get older, it's just relaxing. So I'm like, you can only do so many things outside. I'm like, that's kind of the point. Yeah, like a limited of options and relaxing. So I'm starting to get that. It's like when your parents would come home from work and they would like not want to do anything. It's like, why are you guys doing? Like, do something. Come on. They're like, I'm just want to rest.
No, I did something all day. I don't want to do anything. Back off.
Yeah, it's kids like, you're not doing anything. We have so much energy. It's like, Okay.
Did you Wait, speaking about the boat thing, I need a, you know, I need to figure out. Okay, there was in Britain they have a new boat. This was in 2018 or 17 or something. But they got this big new boat, and they were like, well, we want the people of Britain to be able to like name this boat whatever they want, and so they brought it to the internet, and they're like, hey guys, it's a $287 million ship that's used for research. We want you guys to name it. And so you have until this amount of time to be able to submit your names, and then everybody's going to vote, and whatever the biggest, I guess the highest voted name is, gets it. And I don't know what some of the other names were, but the name that won was the Bodie McBoatface. So they have a $287 million boat that's doing government stuff for Britain, just research, called Bodie McBoatface.
Bodie McBoatface.
Like, they probably were thinking, like, people are going to call it, like, the Shepherd or, like, the Lion Tamer or something, but Bodie McBoatface.
I'm surprised, like, Bloody is not involved somewhere in there.
Yeah, seriously.
The bloody boat. I didn't understand the whole question of like, what do British people say when they have a bloody nose?
Yeah, wait, what? What do they say? Oh. Because I can't say bloody because I mean something else. Like, maybe they just say, "Oh, my nose is dripping red liquid." I think they could probably still say bloody.
Yeah. I got a bloody nose.
Oh, bloody nose, mate.
My new show addiction is The Legends of Tomorrow, and they have a British character in there, and he says bloody a lot. I'm like, oh, that's a joke. British people say bloody all the time.
Speaking of new shows, did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
You need to watch How I Met Your Father.
What?
It just came out. Yeah, they created a How I Met Your Father. It's 4 episodes in to the first season, and it's actually pretty good.
Where can I see this?
It's on Hulu. I watched it on Hulu with Candace. So if you have Hulu, I'm sure it's on normal TV. I just don't know when it's on.
It just came out.
Yeah, like they're literally only 4 episodes in.
Oh man, the IMDb rating is not good.
Oh really?
Guess what it is?
I mean, probably like a 3 or something.
A little bit higher than that, but 5.1.
I mean, I feel like the tough part with it is it's like people are probably going into it with the expectations that it's gonna be the same as How I Met Your Mother, and How I Met Your Mother was so good. And so I feel like just right off the bat, it's just worse than what people are expecting to it too. So take that for a grain of salt. But I mean, if you've got time, I would still watch those first couple episodes at least to see. I mean, I'm enjoying it. They got some funny jokes. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see how long it goes because I feel like How I Met Your Mother was like 8 seasons or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so,
yeah, I went through the whole show of How I Met Your Mother, and I'm like, wow. I'm glad I had the time back then.
Yeah. Seriously.
Then it made me realize I never watched like Friends all the way through. Did you watch Friends all the way through?
Oh yeah. I've watched Friends all the way through, Office all the way through, How I Met Your Mother all the way through.
I think the other no, I watched now I'm thinking about it, I watched Criminal Minds all the way through. And they came out with new seasons, didn't they? Do you watch Criminal Minds or no?
Nope, I don't watch Criminal Minds, so that's all you.
Oh man. And that was a really good listen too. I didn't have to watch that. They detail everything.
Yeah, so when you say you watched all the way through, we're going to have to put a little asterisk just because it's probably listened all the way through.
Criminal Minds, yes, I listened all the way through. I did not watch that. They're very descriptive about their scenes.
Well, they have to be. It's a crime show.
The only bad part is like when it's like a scary scene, it's like dun dun dun, and then like you're watching everything happen, but all you hear is the music. And I'm like, no.
You're like, oh, gotta look down, gotta look down.
Wait, so
Did you ever watch Dexter? I feel like Dexter is kind of like Criminal Minds.
No. No, I'm not.
I watched a little bit of it with my dad when it first kind of came out, but then I stopped. And then I heard it apparently had like one of the worst endings ever. Like people were mad about how it ended.
How'd you think? How was the ending for How I Met Your Mother for you?
I liked it. I mean, I liked it to a degree. I didn't like. I didn't like the initial Mother, but I liked the follow-up Mother. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't even remember that. Darn it!
Yeah, so, I mean, spoiler alert. If you
Spoiler.
haven't seen How I Met Your Mother and
Please leave now.
you want to watch it, don't. Listen to the next 15 seconds of this. But it ended with he met the mother in like the last 5 episodes of the show, and then the mother died, and so then he went with Robin afterwards. And so...
Oh, yeah. And then, was it Robbie? Was it Robbie? Barney.
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 What
What are you talking about? Who's Robbie?
Barney. Yeah. I always like wondered that. I was like, what's gonna happen with him, Robbie? Like, no, that didn't happen. What? I don't know why I was rooting for them. Nope. Well then.
Yeah, that was one that I think it was kind of mixed feelings. It's so interesting because when they're like long series, it's like you're gonna have people across the board. Some people are gonna love how it ends. Some people are gonna hate how it ends. I feel like Game of Thrones is the only one where everybody hated the ending just because of how it was directed. But it's like with any long series, people are going to be like, I spent so much time watching this. Like they're going to want it whatever way they want it to. So there's always going to be a critic.
Yeah. And it's life. Yeah. I guess that's kind of cool. How did the mother die and How I Met Your Mother?
I think she had cancer or
Oh.
something. I think she got cancer.
It's a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. What's the closest thing to real magic? With a new smart something coming out almost every day, what product amazes and astounds you the most?
That's a good question. The closest thing to real magic. I feel like the internet's kind of a decent answer for that. I mean, it's just so vast and so wild. Like, there's anything that you could possibly want, you can find on the internet. And the fact that it wasn't really that crazy of a thing not too long ago, and just what it's become.
Dude.
I feel like if we're talking about technology, I think my answer would have to be the closest thing to real magic is the internet.
You're talking about, like, what, 22 years? Yeah, maybe 25. Oh. Back in there, and once you got on the internet, there wasn't that much to do after you spent that hard time of like, and nobody can make calls on your home phone. We need to use the phone. No, you don't.
I just love that. It was, wait, why is it going slow? Who's on the phone? Get off the phone! No, I'm in the middle of a game. Get off! I still remember my parents. My dad is like big into the tech space. I guess my mom is too, but we were like the first people when like high speed internet started getting rolled out. My dad, he had put like a massive antenna on the house, and that was like what you had to do if you wanted fast internet. You got a massive antenna, and so we were like one of the first houses in our neighborhood that had a really high antenna, and it worked. But it's just funny to look at that. That's what you needed to do, and now it's like you just need a little tiny box, and you don't even need that box for internet all the time. But
dang. Now I'm curious. What does your dad think about NFTs now?
I don't think he really knows about NFTs, if I'm being honest with you.
Do you see UFC is trying to get a fight in the metaverse?
What?
I was like, I couldn't, I don't know how to comprehend that.
No, wait. So is it a real fight with real people, or is it like a simulated fight where they're just like bet on these things that?
I couldn't. All I heard was like Dana White in the Full Send podcast mentioned is like, yeah, we're trying to get a fight in the metaverse. I'm like, I cannot comprehend
that makes
the
no
words
sense.
that came out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe later he'll explain more in detail, but right now I'm like, does that mean like people are needing to like buy a ticket in the metaverse to watch it, or like how can you have a fight in the metaverse?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Whatever, it's not my job to figure that stuff out. So.
That would be funny if like the metaverse actually becomes like a real thing, and we just like back at this video. It's like we had no idea what there was.
How did we not know what it was? It's so obvious.
And then kids these days, the internet is like a normal thing. It's like it wasn't around when we were growing up. Like we barely had it.
Yeah, or cell phones too. Cell phones are just a normal thing.
You couldn't watch an entire TV show, and unless you had the actual DVDs or cassettes of the entire show, we're like click on a button. My cousin tells me she's bored. I'm like, we would watch the same movie over and over again.
Yeah. You don't get bored.
Here's a box.
You get grateful for what you have.
I don't know why. If I ever have a kid, I don't know why. I just want to give him a box and be like, use your imagination. This is an incredible tool.
Wow.
And then they can be like,
remind my kid not to hang out with you in this box.
And I really hope my kid would like end up building like a cardboard fort or something. Or like
So I love it how in your mind when you said I'm gonna give him a box and be like, it's your imagination, use it. You imagine like a big packing box. I imagined a shoe box. It's so like, oh wow, Dad, thanks for the shoe box.
It's like when you buy. Now I'm comparing cats and dogs to kids, but anyways, like when you buy a cat or like a dog a toy, and then they end up playing with just like the shipping box instead. Like, darn it! Why did I get this toy?
I see that on my end. Personal experience.
This is gonna be the perfect toy for this cat. But it's the box.
Yep.
Ooh. What will finally break the internet? Take this question in a serious direction or a funny direction. Either way, it's sure to get an interesting answer. Maybe even get a good conversation going.
Boxing in the metaverse.
Oh.
That's going to break the internet.
Oh.
I could see if NFTs get big enough, I could break it in a positive way, I should say, not like a negative.
Like, they now stream things on the internet, right? With like fights and whatnot. But like, everybody wants to stream it. Who's gonna like what servers are gonna handle watching it? Like what? I don't know.
There was it was a commercial that I saw. I think it was a commercial at least. But it was like how virtual reality is a thing. People are thinking that the next thing is going to be like if you buy a ticket to a sports game or something like that, you can go to it. Like they'll have like a camera in like a chair and you can connect to that camera through your virtual reality headset, and then you could see the game as it's going, but just from the comfort of your home, but like as if you're there through virtual reality.
Oh.
And so there was like a commercial about that a while ago. It was about people at a basketball game with front row tickets, but it's like they're just in virtual reality, but it was an actual game. So I could see that being like a not so distant thing in the future.
That'd be nice.
And I feel like a lot of people would probably take advantage of that too, because, and I mean, it's even going to be more money as well for those venues, because they can have multiple people connecting to that camera instead of just one person who bought a ticket for that seat. And so they could maybe charge a little bit less, or probably even face value for that ticket, and make multiples of that dollar amount just by having that as an option.
Twitter came out with a subscription version of Twitter 2.0, Twitter Blue, where you can show off your NFT and verify it that you are the actual owner of it, and it has like a verification hexagon image of it, and for $2.99 a month you can have that, so your NFT picture will actually verify that it's actually yours. So you can like show it off or whatnot, or like impress people by it, because people do it on Twitter, have their profile photo like their NFT, but with the check mark it'll verify that you actually own the wallet, like it's in your wallet.
Interesting.
And then,
I guess I saw a TikTok of a guy who somebody asked him, they were like, hey, is there your profile like the actual NFT that you own? And he goes, no, this is how I got it. And like he went through into OpenSea, like went into the coding of it, downloaded the photo from the coding on the website, and just like put it into just like a Paint document essentially, and then just saved it and then converted it over to his profile photo. So if you have Twitter 2.0 or Twitter Blue, like it would be like, nope, that's not yours actually. And it's like, oh no.
yeah. Yeah. And then Instagram and Facebook, there's rumors that they're going to try something similar to do that. Yeah.
Step 1, buy an NFT.
Oh.
Step 2.
Step 1, get a MetaMask wallet. Get a virtual wallet.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, true. Step 2, put funds into said wallet.
It takes maybe a 7 to 14-day process, by the way.
Just in case anybody's curious.
Yeah. Step 3, if you have a couple $100 in your said wallet, get external ledger, like something else to help you, like protect your virtual wallet. So like, it's called a ledger, but basically you have like this phrase that's on the ledger, and to access your wallet, you will need that code from that ledger or that little USB flash drive. So people just can't hack into your wallet. It's like an extra step, because
Makes sense.
Another thing, never give out your seed phrase. Never.
I'm like, I have no idea what this is. I'm guessing it's like a passcode number type of thing.
Correct. Passcode in case you forget your password. Once you create your MetaMask wallet, they'll give you a seed phrase, but you never give it out. It's basically like, give me your bank account password.
No, 4. I mean, no.
And a lot of people are falling with it with like Discord DMs saying they're promised something, so they just need to like give out their seed phrase, or let them control their computer for some time, and then they basically hack into it, empty out the wallet, boom, it's gone. And it's not like,
So be smart, people. Yeah. That's what the I guess. Look, that's the learning piece. Wait, what's that phrase? That's the
key takeaway.
Takeaway. That's the key takeaway. That's your external.
Yeah. Even though I have one, I haven't actually done it yet.
Go take Angels.
That's another thing. Some people are putting it into their safe deposit box, so then nobody can steal it from you. It's in a safe spot. So people,
Yeah.
some people who, when they want to be really secure, have like 2 wallets, and one of them just like sends it to the other wallet, like a cold wallet, where all like your big things you're gonna hold stays there. Put it in a safe deposit box or whatnot. If you have like several thousands of dollars or whatnot,
Yeah.
and then your hot wallet is like what you trade, and what you are cool with, just like having on you. Boom.
You learn something new every day. So, again, takeaway: if somebody asks you for your seed number,
Seed phrase.
seed pin,
Seed
phrase,
secret. I think they're trying to change it to like seed secret or seed password.
if anybody asks to give them your seed, say no. Wow, that can be taken very inappropriately, which I did not mean. Moving on.
Okay, let's close out with that. What's the question of the episode? Oh man. No, don't tell me this. It's frozen. No! We're so close. No, we're back.
There we go. Okay, we're back. Well, if there's any time for it to give out, it's then. So I'm okay with that.
Alright. I've thought about a question of the day.
I was gonna do something NFT based, but I feel like we already did something NFT based. Maybe I'll just open it up to the what do you have one?
No, I just want to let you know, we got a comment on our last video. I would ask you this on the podcast. The title for oh no, don't tell me that they deleted the comment. Darn it. But
No.
the title for the podcast was Best Pillow 2022, and what somebody asked, it was a very serious question. I felt so bad not answering it, but I wanted to ask you to see like what you would say.
Yeah, there's no comment. They deleted their comment. Oh.
Yep, they deleted it. Darn it. Yeah. But it was basically like, I have severe back pain from like a car accident. What would you recommend? What kind of pillow would you recommend? And I'm like, I have no idea how to answer this.
I don't think we ever got that serious of like a comment on anything. Well, first of all, we've never gotten a comment on it, and I did not expect our first one. I feel like the person then listened to the podcast and they were like, "Oh, this isn't what it was."
We're so sorry for whoever commented on that. They're
Sorry, person.
They were very serious, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait until asking Sawyer what he would respond. Like, sorry,
I wouldn't. I would consult a pillow expert, not us, even though we are pillow experts, but we don't specialize in the serious injured pillow needs. Just mainly comfort for us.
Boom. Now we gotta think twice about the titles. Okay, so by the way, I make the titles.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not my responsibility, sir.
That's why it's funny for me. I'm putting the blame on Sawyer when it's my time. It was like my job to put the titles in. Okay, question of the day.
Yeah, I think we're just going to open it back up to the breaking the internet thing, because I'm kind of curious to see what other people's thoughts are on that. So again, for you guys, let us know in the comment section on YouTube, or if you want to email us at talkmentuesday@gmail.com. Let us know what you think is going to be the next thing that potentially breaks the internet, in a positive, I guess, or negative way, whether it's something NFT based, streaming based, gaming based, you name it. So you can let us know what you think that next piece is going to be, and we could read through some of that stuff next week. But as always, we appreciate you guys taking some time out of your weeks to listen to us. We've rambled on about a couple of different topics. I mean, as always, we never really stay on one specific thing. But if you guys have anything that you want us to talk about specifically, let us know again, either through email or in the comment section, and we can touch on those next week as well. Or if you have any feedback, let us know, because we are always looking to improve. But again, let us know what you think the next thing that is going to break the internet, and we will talk about that next week. But in the meantime, stay safe, social distance, make sure to tell somebody you love them, unless you're vaccinated, and give somebody a hug too. But we will talk with you guys more in a few days.
Thank you guys.
Peace.